There's something that can be said about the grandiose of the Alberta bushland's wonder and beauty during the springtime. The days are long while the nights are brief, but it gives the land time to replenish itself from winter's cold grip. With the growth of new life as far as the eye can see, it sparks the advent of warmer weather along with the rainy season. And as a result, the rise of the mosquito population is evident. Without the use of my thermocell or time in the woods, even with all the beautiful sights and sounds surrounding us, would be miserable. We are back with Northern Alberta Outfitters with our good friend Ben Coquel, hoping to get an opportunity to film my 2 tags during this year's spring bear season. It is at this time of year the bears begin to come out of hibernation to replenish their bodies after long winters of fasting. With an initial diet consisting of berries, grass, and frogs, they eventually increase their diets to larger prey such as beavers and deer fawns, with the end goal of gaining enough stamina to begin their spring mating season. Not every sow is in heat every spring, and sadly, the male bears will actually kill cubs in order to earn early breeding rights with nearby sows. The last time I hunted for bears with Ben, I had the opportunity to shoot a beautiful cinnamon bear, but unfortunately he got spooked by a swirling wind and slipped away. Even though I missed that opportunity on that particular bear, the trip was successful, and I was able to take 2 nice black bears from a tree stand that year. This time, however, I plan to get up close and personal from the ground in the hopes of getting an opportunity to shoot a beautiful black bear at 20 yards or closer with my bow. As the first glimpse of the early Alberta sunlight pierces the treetops that next morning, we set out to prepare our ground blind for the afternoon hunt. We carefully select a location that is tucked away up on a hillside overlooking a heavily used trail just 20 yards below us. As we build the ground blind, we take into account wind direction in addition to making sure we create a thick spruce backdrop, preventing us from getting silhouetted. As I'm heading to my ground blind, I focus on the task at hand rather than the potential fear that ensues most while having a face-to-face encounter with a bear. After only 10 minutes of being situated in our blind, we had 2 young bears arrive out in front of us less than 25 yards away. Ben has a couple of good bears on trail cameras, one being a blonde-faced bear and another being a large black bear he thinks will go close to 6.5 feet. Knowing neither of these 2 young bears are the ones that we're after, we decide to watch in hopes that one or both of our other bears will show up. An hour passes and a larger black bear shows up out in front of us. Debating on whether or not to shoot this black bear, the blonde bear appears from our left, pushing off the other bear. As he begins to circle around below us, it's obvious he is one of the dominant bears in the area as he begins to approach our setup.
Justin, he's walking right to us, man. He knows something's up. He's walking right to us. I can't draw right now. If he turns his head, I'm gonna draw.
Now at 10 yards, I wait for him to turn his head, and then I quickly draw my bow. I account for the vitals being a little further back in a bear, and then let my arrow fly. As this bear runs off, I can see he's hit hard. After giving this bear some time to clear the area, I get out of the blind to check my arrow. With my second tag in my pack and plenty of daylight left, we decide to slip back in our setup with the hopes that that big black bear will show up before dark. As the next hour passes, another bear shows up, but is quickly run off by one of the larger bears we were hoping to see. As this bear comes down the trail, he gives us a good broadside shot at 18 yards. Now at full draw, I go through my shot sequence and see my arrow hit its mark. I think we made a good shot. I mean, it may have been an inch back, but those vitals are a little further back in the bear. Let's get out of here, and then we'll come back in the morning. After a long night of little sleep, the next morning I anxiously await to retrace our steps and follow the blood trails. We decide to track the blonde bear first, and after traversing a strenuous thick patch of Canadian woods, we find him laying next to a log only 150 yards from a blind. Just an absolute beautiful, beautiful bear with Ben, Northern Alberta Outfitters. With the temperature rising, it was time to quickly move to find the blood trail of my second bear. After we put in some time in this incredibly thick country, we were able to find my second black bear. Right here, got him. We got him. Appreciative again that my equipment did its job. An amazing hunt. An amazing hunt here at Ben's place, Northern Alberta Outfitters. Every year. Being able to come home with a beautiful blonde bear that was over 6 feet and an awesome 6.5 foot black bear in the same hunt was more than I could have ever hoped to accomplish on this trip. This trip will go down as one of my most memorable hunts to date, making it a journey that will forever be etched into the pages of the Chronicles. Now this is why we come to Ben's place at Northern Alberta Outfitters in the fall. This is a great representation of the kind of bucks that he has in these woods. I mean, this is actually sad.